Ain't no thing, everyone out there, but a chicken wing.
Chicken wing, something macaroni. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Chilling with my... That's for little Illy. She sang that to me one day, and I was like, what the...
I have...
And why do I know that?
Where that came from, yo, I will... That's gold. That is podcast gold. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of
ESPOOKYS Talk.
That's right, guys. We are back, your favorite podcast about everything ESPOOKYS. My name is Arturo, and I am here again with you-know-who, the one, the only, our bruja, Eva.
Hey, everybody. I have something new for you guys. It's called ESPOOKYS Talk Cosmic Forecast.
Cosmic Forecast.
Isn't that kind of fun?
It is fun.
Okay, so today being June 6th, there is many options out in the world for you according to the stars. They tell us that you need to navigate today with curiosity and you need to make a choice. It's either the path with the forest trees that are dark and gloomy, little fog.
Scary.
Or the one that's inviting with the sunshine. You know, which one do you want to go down and why? It's because energy is in full effect, follows the new moon. Okay, so make sure you've already let go of anything that doesn't suit you. It's not too late. You can still do it on this day. But October's on its way. It's a reminder.
Yes.
We're going to start remembering those that are no longer with us. I mean, I think about them all the time, but it's like special time for them, which is awesome. But there is a psychic fog out there in the world. So if there are things or goals that you are pondering about, it is now time, if you haven't already, to start writing stuff down.
Journaling.
Your dreams, a dream log if you want. But yeah, essentially journaling. It's really going to make a difference in your life. Start today.
I like it. And I think that this is something that we can do quite often to let our listeners know. Like David, hey, guess what? You're clawing your way back up the ladder there. You haven't hit the top rung yet, buddy, but keep it moving.
Hey, he's second best right now.
Numero dos.
Number 2, holding that silver.
I just think that this is a good thing for everybody, though, to kind of get a good feel of what's going on in their cosmic life.
Yeah. And then since, again, following the new moon in Gemini is known as the two twins of the world. So everything's going to be coming in twos. I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking at the clock right now and it's 2:22.
Dang.
Or 02:22. You should probably be asleep, but hey, good morning.
Good morning. No, I like it.
But, the advice overall, if there's any takeaway at all, is be curious, trust your own voice, not the voices around you. Don't overthink things. When you start feeling overwhelmed or like you're overthinking or spiraling, make sure you journal your thoughts. Because as I always say, the truth is within you.
Yeah.
I was on TikTok, and you're not going to believe what I ran into.
The wall.
Okay, but almost. Okay, hear me out. You know how I always say to lock your closet doors and your mirrors?
Yep.
Well, what if your closet door is a mirror? You really need to change that. According to feng shui, did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
If it's in front of your bed, it's like the worst thing you could do for yourself. And what you should do is just get new doors. Like that should not happen. But in a lot of cultures, when someone passes away, they will actually cover all the mirrors in their homes.
Why?
Because they truly believe that the soul can get trapped in the mirror. And so, of course, I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm a little creeped out by that. That's why I'm always telling everybody to lock them. And I've said that to you. So what I find even more interesting is that the Vatican holds a mirror made out of obsidian. Obsidian, volcanic rock. Okay? This is what the Aztecs would use to see their reflection until the conquistadores came through and showed them a mirror, and they thought it was so magical that they could see their own reflection like in water.
Wow.
And so this mirror that the Vatican holds that no one is allowed to look at, because it's not that it's possessed, it's that it's the, like, in my belief, that it is the shadow realm. And so one priest felt that he was brave enough to see the mirror. And so he fasted and did all of the sacred rituals that are to prepare his body to endure something so intense. And when they found him, he was screaming and his eyes were bleeding.
What?
And he hasn't been the same since.
Wow. You know, it's weird that you bring that up as far as mirrors go, because the only time I ever truly felt that I actually saw something,
yeah,
was behind me through reflection from a mirror.
Ooh.
Don't know what it was.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, I mean, you know, it was. So I have a friend. Shout out to Marco. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Bring us some tacos. So, Marco, by the way, came Simply Sabor, in case you guys are in the Bay Area, you know, hit him up. So, Marco had an old, I think I mentioned this before, that he lived in this old creepy house.
Yes.
And it was just, it wasn't that it was, they were creepy.
We
It was
love
just, yeah,
the old creepy house.
It was just old. And they had these rooms in the back that they had kind of built out. And one of them was the meat shop. His dad was a backyard butcher. Well, there's also a room that I already mentioned that we spent the night in, and there was a broken mirror in there. The only time I ever felt that I've seen something that I couldn't explain was in that mirror. That broken mirror. We used to play in that room all the time, and you would walk by, and I remember that we were playing, and I believe it was a soccer ball. Anyways, it rolled in there, I'm in there, and I was bending down, and as I was standing up, my eyes hit the mirror, and something was standing behind me, and I turned around, and there was nothing there.
See, I truly think it's the shadow realm. To me, it's not evil. It's just, we don't
I didn't feel scared.
We don't know it. So it's your shadow self. So in spiritualism, your shadow self is that darker part of you.
Wow.
And not your ego, because we have one of those too, but it's like your darker self.
Interesting. I do have a dark side.
I think we all do. Well, I mean, it's part of the human experience. But
apparently my dark side was it was behind me because it was big.
I digress. So this obsidian mirror that the Vatican has. Okay. What's even more interesting is that it will crack and then it will heal itself.
What?
And there is rumors, conspiracies, theories that there is another mirror. And if they see each other, that it'll cause chaos upon Earth. Like the apocalypse.
Interesting.
And so with that, just makes me think, could the Pope prophecy be true? Is the end the beginning?
No, tell me
Is it
about
like the tarot card?
Tell me.
The tower?
Tell us.
So back in the 1100s, like way back then, okay, there was the bishop who supposedly had a vision, and he listed down 112 future popes. However, why only 112? It just leads to more questions. He described that after 112 popes, that when the last one were to die, it would lead to major global chaos,
What?
ending in the destruction of Rome and lead to Judgment Day.
Yikes.
So, wow. I hope he's being really dramatic.
And he said there was only 112.
Only 112. Guess who number 112 Pope
Don't tell me it was Pope Francis.
was?
Don't
Exactly.
no.
Exactly.
No.
Pope Francis was number 112, and he passed away April 2025.
Wow.
So, the prophecy ends with him. So what does that mean?
Because we have a new Pope.
And we had one so quickly, and he's 113, and 13 has a significant balance. You know, it, to some people, it's a bad luck number, but in witchcraft, it's a good number.
Really?
Yeah. Because to most people, endings are bad because it's the end of a cycle. But in witchcraft, the ending means that there's a beginning.
Like
coming.
a new beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So now with the new Pope, he is Leo the 14th and was elected May 2025. So only a few weeks of a difference. He is the 113th Pope. He's also the first American Pope, which is like a little different. So again, I think that's where the beginning is coming from. Again, this is just for entertainment purposes. No one come after me. But it feels more like a crossroad. So with it being June 6th, how fitting is that?
Yeah.
So they say that this might be Peter returning to Rome, since the first pope was St. Peter himself, who has the keys to heaven.
Who you will eventually have.
Which I will eventually have. And I was just going to say that if you haven't listened to episode 1 of season 1,
you guys need to go back.
you need to stop and go back
Go back.
and listen.
Our very own Bruja is going to receive the keys. And if you want to know how or why or what we're talking about, that's episode 1. Man, that's a story.
Yeah, so you're going to have to go back. We're going to leave you on that cliffhanger because you shouldn't be listening to the latest episode. You got to do the work.
Absolutely. Put the work in.
But they say, like, because he is not, of Euro descent, the fact that he is the first American, most Americans ever mixed cultures, right? It's very interesting that this might be a new beginning, that this new successor is very relevant to St. Peter, embodying his spirit. But of course, historians will say, there's no prophecy. That's all fake. And it was placed for control over the population as that goes. But, it just leaves me thinking, is this a new beginning? Is this an end? What are your thoughts?
I tend to think that with the prophecies and things that happened so long ago, that there's always seems to be some kind of truth to it.
Mm.
They say history repeats itself, and that might be an issue, but I really truly feel that there's something to it. How can you be that accurate? Maybe not this particular prophecy. I don't know. It hasn't come in full circle yet. Do you know what I mean? But as far as everything else that's been described and predicted, there's so much accuracy out there that it can't be like a coincidence so often. Picture The Simpsons. The Simpsons freak me out because they predict everything.
They sure do.
And
is it luck?
Is it a
coincidence?
It's time travel. I don't know what it is, but it can't be.
See, I'm with you with time travel because I believe that and with quantum physics, please invest all your money to quantum physics. And it's simply because the string theory, the idea that time is not linear, that multiple realities are all happening at once. Similar to that movie. I know you're a movie person, so everything, everywhere, all the time.
Yep.
Like I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And like the people around me, what was that about? I was like, that is my life every day. And they captured it in a movie.
Man, but it's true. I think that there's just a lot going on.
It's just fascinating. And I think, what is the truth? And we get to say we discussed it here first.
Yeah. And the timing is weird. The timing is that trips me out.
Yeah, because time is, Albert Einstein told us it's relevant to the person. It's all about relativity.
Wow.
He's the one who talked about energy being infinite. And we can go and praise them all we want, but the point I'm trying to make, I digress here, I just get so excited, is just the fact that somebody wrote that so long ago. And, people are still trying to decipher it. And, there's always the people who are like, nah, that's not true. Nah, don't be believing. But it's like, what if that is true? What if that can help us? What if there's something to unlock? How can we make the world a better place?
Yeah.
Or is it that it's been, awful and it's going to get better? Or does it need to get worse before it gets better? Like, what do we need to be preparing for?
Everything.
I don't know. Maybe we got to go ask the mirror.
Gee, I'm not going to that other man. No way.
You know what? If I had the opportunity to, and they'd be like, hey, witchy lady from ESPOOKYS Talk, would you like to see the obsidian mirror? I feel like I would be okay. Being that, I am indigenous slightly and also Euro slightly because of all the history that happened in Mexico, I think I would be all right.
So you heard it here, guys. If you're out there and you want the witchy woman from ESPOOKYS Talk to come and check out the mirror, you just drop us a line. ESPOOKYSTALK@gmail.com. Because I think she's down.
I do have all the sacraments of the Roman Catholic Church. I don't know how the Vatican would feel about it, though.
Yeah, I bet.
Anybody got connections with the Vatican? If you do, email us at
ESPOOKYSTALK@gmail.com.
I'm super serious, though. I think it would be really awesome. Or, just wouldn't be doing this podcast anymore because I'd be locked up somewhere. Either way, it sounds great.
Oh, man. Whether it's a new beginning or just a crazy end, an unpredictable chapter for the church, whether you believe in the prophecies or not, it really does feel symbolically significant.
Absolutely.
Pretty interesting stuff.
And with that, I want to move into our zombies.
Oh.
Because this is a part 2
of
our zombies. So, again, I think the theme now is there is truth in all of the things that we've seen. And I keep forgetting this word. And I think it's ironic because, what the word symbolizes is a collective choosing for something to be the new boogeyman. That makes me think of egregores. Could zombies and egregores be linked? What are your thoughts?
If I remember correctly, an egregore is more of like a non-physical entity, like a thought form, like you were saying, that arises from more like a collective thought, like the emotions of a group of people that bring it and manifest it into reality, like Slender Man.
Right.
Which a bunch of people, if you guys remember, we talked about that they would just, it started off as a meme and things like that, but so many people believed. So many people put so much thought into it that it gave enough power for it to manifest into reality.
I guess the connection I'm seeing between the both is that it's a curse.
True that.
Is that it's a curse, and so I'm choosing to see the commonalities, but you're absolutely right. An egregore is more of a puppet. But
no, I see your point. I really do. Especially coming from your thought process of, control and things like that. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you were telling me that zombies were like revived corpses by like witchcraft.
Right, because they would take people who were forced to work. I'm going to use this word because I just prefer it. I'd rather describe it then go back into historical, because I'm not a historian. So the way I feel about it is that they were forced to work and not get paid. And then they passed away because, life is only so long as a human. There's a lifespan. And then they would bring them back from the dead to continue working.
Jeez.
Yeah. And so, is that spirit possession? Zombification? A blend of both? Is this or is this what was really meant by the word zombie?
Wow. See, now, if you were to ask my wife, a zombie is just a tall mixed drink consisting of several types of rum and some fruit juices. Right, Lori? Got it. Lori loves her zombies. But no, I totally get what you're saying. And I think you're right, that if they were bringing him back,
yes.
if someone was bringing them back, kind of do their bidding to work, whatever the case may be. I mean, I guess that's where it all kind of stems from. Do you know where it originated? Where the zombie /
So these are close practices, and I say this respectfully, from Haitian and Jamaican studies known as voodoo, Haitian voodoo specifically. Again, close practices, be respectful. If you see any spookies, you're supposed to run, not join in. But yeah, it just really sparked it. And this is back in the 1930s when someone went to visit in these Caribbean areas, and they noticed that these people were working and they were mindlessly working. So was it that the people were just really tired? Or is it really the living dead?
Wow.
And maybe during their lifetime, they couldn't pay off a debt that they might have owed.
Oh.
And so, until it's paid, can their soul rest? Man, that is so evil, but I could see people doing this. And we were just talking about people's deepest shadows.
You make so many amazing points because, I can think back to quite a few different types of, we'll call them folklore, call them whatever you want, but that all resonates. It all kind of interconnects. Even selling your soul to the devil kind of connects in a strange way.
Yeah.
That you're paying off a debt. They made you famous. They're paying off a debt. You have to pay with your soul. These guys themselves can't pay off a debt, so they're paying with their reanimated corpse. You know what I'm saying? It spirals and it's all interconnected, and it just creeps me out.
Okay, I want to take a pause from our sacred possessions here and zombifications. But if you were to sell your soul, only because you brought it up, if you were to sell your soul, what would you be willing to bargain your soul with?
I am glad you asked. Well, no, I'm just kidding. I have no clue. I know
it's just on the spot.
That's really on the spot.
Maybe you need some time to think.
People, the people are different. And I know that a lot of people are interested in fame, and a lot of people are interested in riches, power. Right. There's so many different things, but because I read so much about these things and I understand, at least I think I understand the ramifications of giving your soul away at the end of, whatever this life is and what happens. I don't know what happens after. I don't think I'm willing to gamble with my soul, which is eternal. Right. I don't think I can. I don't think I would.
See, the correct answer is no. You love yourself and you love your soul, and you're going to keep it, obviously. But I've been doing some thinking.
So I love it. So you have a price,
and I have a price.
Wow.
And I was like, man, I felt a little bad about it, a little shame, a little guilt. Wow, I do have a price, and I fall under the power category. I would want to trade places with the devil.
You want to be all horned and hooved and like,
Oh, who cares about the looks? The fact that you get to go around making deals with people.
oh no.
Because remember what, the devil's origin story. He was an angel once too. And what did he want? Power.
I don't think that's how it works.
I mean, could I even make that bargain?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Aren't you satisfied with being the next St. Peter? Like, oh my goodness.
He would be the hostess. Welcome in, welcome to heaven.
You want it all. Oh man. Like that's deep. That's deep.
I just figured if I'm gonna make a deal, it has to be worth it. And I don't want money.
Everything has a price.
I actually do like my privacy, so I don't want fame.
Everything has some downside.
Right. Like just the same way that your biggest strengths are your weaknesses. So I figured if I'm going to do this, and it was like forced, okay? Like otherwise I'm keeping my soul, obviously. But I think if I had a chance and I was tempted, I'd be like, yeah, let's switch positions. You can have this life and like live it until the soul is over and that all the contracts are made. And I'll take your job. It seems fun.
I just think it's kind of crazy. It seems fun. There's so many different things that are downside. Like, I've thought about it before. And you think about like power. Well, power comes just ridiculous amounts of responsibility. And I don't know if that's something that you know what I mean? Like I can't even fathom the type of responsibility with the type of power that I would need to trade my soul. Then I thought, I'd want to live forever. But then with living forever, you have to see everything you love die. You know what I mean? And you just go on. And to me, I feel like that eventually would catch up with you. There'd be some type of emptiness. You'd eventually love something so much and lose it that it's going to make your life miserable. You know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah. I hear you.
I can't see something that, I can't come up with something.
Lucifer's story is that he wanted to be like God, and now he's the light bringer. He's bringing all the lost souls to redemption. The only way humans redeem is by getting what they want and then realizing how awful that decision was.
So basically,
he's like punishing souls. Yeah. Just a thought. Just a thought out there.
Yeah, that kind of went sideways, man.
I'm an abstract thinker.
You definitely are. And I'm going to call you Beelzebub. There you go. That's your new nickname. Whenever we're cruising around. That one of his demons? No, I think that's him himself. Isn't it just another name for him?
Really like the name Lucy. I think that one's my absolute favorite. Satan is just too close to Santa. And although they look fabulous in red, I don't want to partake.
Fab.
If I'm going to partake in anything, the devil wears Prada. At least they're wearing Prada, which is always really nice. But the devil has such a negative connotation.
Of course
it's just not for me.
It's the devil.
And then,
oh no,
you mentioned one that I've never heard before.
Beelzebub.
Lord of the Flies. I had to Google that.
Beelzebub.
Thank you, Google. Yeah, no. I have a hard time saying it. They'd be like, what's your name? And I'd be like, ugh.
Call me B.
Although with it being the year of the snake, the serpent, I'm liking that one. Bite the apple, do it.
No, jeez. Taking us back, biblical.
Okay, but in all honesty, my soul is mine and I'm thankful and I'm going to live the human experience. Talking about being a human. What if, bear with me.
That was wrapped up so quickly. But it's all a big joke. I just wanted to know, everybody know I want to be human. Done. So, back to reality.
Well, we told you guys from the beginning, episode 1, season 1, that this was a table talk kind of a podcast.
Absolutely.
Where we're discovering what it is that all this means. And part of the human experience is, all of these intrusive thoughts that we have. I'm just having them out loud. With all of you guys.
With all of you.
You're welcome. And before I lose my train of thought, our bodies are like puppets to God. So aren't we the living dead? Because we're going to return.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Yes.
We are puppets to God, so we are the living dead.
Yes. Because
Mind blown.
From ash,
Mind blown.
you were created from ash and you will leave in ash.
Oh man. See, now you're taking us down the rabbit hole. Here, let's go.
That's what we're here for.
Let's go.
Bernadette, our number one fan, she's loving this right now.
Shout out to Bernadette.
I'm going to get you a hoodie one day. What's happening? Okay, but no, seriously. So I'm making the connection of like being possessed is when your spirit gets kicked out and now you're a puppet to something else. No longer a puppet to God or the universe or whatever it is you believe in, respectfully. Is this too deep? Did I go too down the rabbit hole?
No, let's go.
Am I Alice in the Wonderland right now?
Man. That makes me that big fat cat that just smoking at the hookah.
No, that's the caterpillar.
Oh, it wasn't the cat? Dang it. I got it all wrong. We have to cut that all out. So the cat is the one that went invisible.
Yes. And he's just taunting.
Lori's over there just making fun of me. Lori, have another zombie. Dude, this is non-alcoholic, man. Maybe I need some. All right, back up. Go. You're going down the rabbit hole.
So if we are just puppets to God, then don't we have one outcome? So how do all these other things play into hand? Like the tricksters that can take over your body, or the incubus that can also control you by dragging you into your deepest desires?
You got me. You know, I think with any type of manipulation, there's always going to be some wavering, some type of ability to kind of go off and do your own thing. I don't know. It's deep. Or is that also God's will?
I think that, I don't know that. See, that's where I get stuck, because then I want to believe in like free will, the little rebel in me. But you know, that really made me think like loss of will and identity. Like, who are you really who you think you are, or are you being molded to be, you know, a specific way?
So you're basically saying that we live in the Matrix?
Yes.
You know?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's different. It's different for everybody. For the belief system, it could be God, it could be social media, it could be technology, you know. Maybe we all do live in a different, and maybe there's one giant unknown organism / being / whatever that actually controls it all.
They're just coding away.
Just coding. Maybe it's a classroom of students. Just all everybody's coding, having a good old time.
Hey, those kids are remarkable. They're going to change the world one day. Then they have to be rebellious. It's part of building your identity. Just like we are right now, questioning things. I guess what I'm getting to is I recently have really been trying, and maybe you guys can join me out there in the world, to challenge the universe and I wake up in the morning, do my morning routine, and then I say, universe, show me how amazing life can be. I challenge you. And it has been getting better. So is it mindset? Is it just psychology, motivation? Is it physiological? Is it my cells being like, all right, you believe it, we're going to do it, working through, you know, their cellular functions at like super speed with, you know, what is it?
I don't know.
Or am I somebody's puppet? You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to be all of the above.
Maybe you can.
Is that an option?
It can if you're the devil.
I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it.
Beelzebub. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to start wearing red.
On your way home, you're going to find a crossroads. There's going to be a big black caddy coming up, and there's some dude's going to come out with a hellhound. He's going to be like, yo, you the ever from
It's
ESPOOKYS
Spooky's
talk? I got me a contract right here for you.
I could be like, no, thank you, good sir.
Damn.
Have a great day. Oh, man. The energy shifted, though, and I'm burning now. So we need to chill respectfully.
Oh, man.
Don't want any of that on my way home. Get home safely. No detours. Although a side quest is always fun. No. I'm going to say no. Okay. What about when you undergo a small surgical procedure and they give you the medication? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to go research that up, but you could do it. You could do the heavy lifting. Where you are so calm and relaxed and at ease that it's like a sleep state.
Like an anesthesia?
But you're fully aware of what's going on.
So like a local anesthetic?
Stronger than local. Well, see, I don't know enough in the medical field to make that ruling.
Okay.
But when I went in for a gum surgery, I'm just going to share experience because then I feel that that's okay. They gave me medication where my eyes were closed and I could open them if I wanted to. But I felt really calm and like when you're first falling asleep or in deep meditation. And the surgeon was talking to me because I needed to move either right or left, or tilt my head up or down. And I could answer, but it just felt really, really tired. But it almost was like I was asleep and awake at the same time. It was very interesting. So is that the mindset that the zombies have? Or are they just not themselves anymore? Is it just the body?
It's a good question. Because I feel like with zombification, you almost get like a loss of your will and identity. You know? I mean, who in their right mind, if they had the ability to open their eyes and, you know, kind of fight, you know, you just said it yourself. The doctor told you to move one way or the other, and you had that ability to do so, to follow those directions.
Right.
But that was on your own will. You said you would have to actually do it.
Yes.
As opposed to a zombie who they reanimated a corpse and they're going to make you work for eternity. And you don't have the ability to go like, wait, I'm going to move left or right, you know, based off of. So I don't know.
I'm going to go rebel.
Yeah.
Never seen a rebellious zombie. Okay.
Interesting stuff. The
Very
zombie's not a flesh-eating monster, but like a real person whose soul has been taken. You know?
And that's where like I'm really stuck on this loop of...
They say that the soul sometimes represents their personality, their memory, their will. So I don't think they are their own self. I think they're controlled.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
But still stuck in like who they used to be. Like you will get no more data. Like this is as far as it goes.
I don't know.
God really needs to upgrade his system. I kid. Just a different way to think about it. I think perspectives are really important. And the more we talk about it, the more we're going to get to the bottom of the truth.
That's it.
But overall, zombification is not by choice. You have no choice. You are no longer human. You are simply a corpse. And people are going to be scared of you. I'm already scared.
Brains. It depends on what kind of zombie you turn into, I guess. I mean, even though you're reanimating a corpse, do they look creepy? Or they just look like regular people, but they no longer have their own will and are just doing everybody's bidding? Do you know what I mean? Or are you those guys that are like decaying and walking around with your arm falling off and green drool coming down your face? You know what I mean? I don't know what type of zombie. I don't think I want to meet either one personally, but I don't know what type of, you know. And people say that people are zombies already, just being in the work world and doing all the things that they don't really have any, almost like they have no control over changing their lives because of all their responsibilities or whatever. I've seen some people walking around like zombies, but I don't know.
I was going to go there, but I thought that was too controversial.
You know what? That's what I am controversial, everyone. That's me. That's my middle name. Danger, controversial, Noriega. That's me.
So then what I was trying to avoid, but we're going there now, like zombification symbolizes like slavery and colonization.
Yeah. Yes.
Essentially.
Yes. And there's a modern version of that. There's a modern version of that happening across the globe. So I don't know.
And we've just accepted it as part of our society.
I don't think
just said, hey, you know what? This is all right.
I mean, I don't know if we have to accept it, but I think we have to accept that it exists.
I'm with you on that
There's
one.
a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Because I don't think I would accept it, but I accept the fact that it exists. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like a zombie to TikTok.
Yeah.
I'll doom scroll. And I know it's bad for my brain, but the dopamine feels great.
Wow.
So I've actually started setting screen time to help with that because I don't want to be a zombie to my phone.
I think you should just listen to a Spookies talk. Call it a day. Over
and over again.
and over.
Episode 1, season 1.
And over and over.
I refer to that one the most because it's who we are and why we're here.
That's funny. That's not the one I refer to the most.
Which one do you refer to the most?
I don't know. All of them. I'm a collective. I'm a whole.
You're a whole. Okay. I'm a one-trick pony, apparently.
Wow. Oh, man. I think we're just touching bases on a lot of different stuff. I myself have never encountered a zombie, nor do I want to. But it really poses a lot of questions, and that's kind of why we're here. This little discussion at the table, I think, is pretty awesome. We just chop it up and kind of talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. And that's we want to bring you on this journey. And if any of you have any ideas, thoughts, comments, suggestions, whatever, especially on when we have discussions like this that aren't really super, that are super controversial. There's so many possibilities, chime in. You need to send us a message so that we can go and talk to you. And there you go.
Okay, so I just want everybody to know, because I owe this person credit. Bernadette actually shared most of this content with me, and I'm so grateful, and I'm trying to convince her to get on the show because I think she would be amazing. And, she just shared with us her personal rabbit hole. So if you're, something sparks interest and, it really resonates with you, share that with us. That's what we're here for.
I agree. Shout out to Bernadette. You are amazing. But with that, guys, it is about that time. And I think that, like we mentioned, if you feel like any part of this kind of touched you and you want to share out, there's a link in our bio. You can always email us at spookiestalk@gmail.com. We will respond. We will reply. Try to climb up that ladder. Try to beat my cousin David. He's only on the second ring anyways, guys. He's there. He's ripe. He's low-hanging fruit right now. He's good. He's good. He's there for the picking.
Johnny has dropped down to number 7.
Johnny is 7? Man, Johnny's like 9, I think. Anyways.
Ooh, I didn't get the latest update.
Oh,
Poor
man.
Johnny.
Well, guys, like I say, it is that time. I appreciate you guys all being here and going through this with us. But remember this always. As you go to bed tonight and you lay down and put your head on your pillow, stop and be sure to look under your bed.
Lock your closets and your mirrors. And now you know why.
It's a Spookies time.
We did it. That episode.